Houston, Texas, DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Texas Longhorns. Alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Hey guys, checking in with the Texas head coach before the game. This is what he had hoped for and is excited that it is playing out right before our very eyes. Bringing this running back in the transfer portal, he knew that he could be someone to make an impact, but he didn't know how much. And here he is, highly productive, really starting to lean on that offensive line and gain some chemistry with the other guys on the team. We're seeing this offense come alive, and they've got to do it again here today. I'll keep you posted on how things start here in the game in the first quarter and how this chemistry is showing up big time for this team. Back to you.
All right, Holly. The Longhorns ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Trying to impose their will with the run. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got it run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it.
And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week. Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you could tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
So first down in the red zone, and this crowd getting behind its defense. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They've been running it, but now the pass. Makes the grab on the left. First catch of the season and his career for this freshman tight end.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. back to pass. It's Stockton. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
They've done a nice job marching the football down the field to get into this position in the red zone. You throw an incomplete on third down, so the question now, are you going for a touchdown, try to pay this drive off, or are you just going to take the points?
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Start on the ground with Brown. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Rides to the back. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on 3rd down. Manning. A little screen to the running back. He didn't make it. He's down at the 32, and that'll be 3 yards short of the line to gain and bring up 4th down. The Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll try the right side. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And what a great job by the defense here. 1st down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Looking to throw, it's Stockton. And here's a fumble way behind the line. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a 1st down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Looking to throw on first down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Tight end finds a soft spot. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
Handoff for Frazier. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The play action fake. Looking for an open area to his left. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. There's a crease. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And that's a great sign for this offense, because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been third down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this drive alive.
The Bulldogs look to keep this drive humming. Might as well give it to him again. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They've got him looking to run, but they're going to throw it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Their pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
It's good, easy call for the refs. The lead now 6 here in the second.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. They are searching for any type of answer they can find, down 6-0. Grab behind. Oh, it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turn. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind. It forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
They'll move the wide receiver. Running inside. It's Smothers. There's some room.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Offense gets set for second down. The give to Brown. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Longhorns are in the hurry-up. On third down, here's Brown. Breaks into the open. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
You know, God bless Texas, because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no, they got two great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over, obviously guys with experience at big-time universities. I expect Texas to be able to run the football and, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. And they know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield. So a lot of soft boxes to run into, and there's really no excuse for why these running backs shouldn't absolutely stat it up this year. Steve Sarkisian told us they're going to be committed to running the football and having balance because of those names you just mentioned. We're expecting this running game to be elite.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth, man. 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Out of the gun here with Nate Frazier. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
I love DBs that want to tackle. They get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Stockton. Pressure coming. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. Georgia sends out the punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Boots' first of the day away was called on 4 times in the victory last week. Hauls it in at the 25. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Motion from the wideout. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Short completion on 1st down, and here they are with 2nd and 8. On the move. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Tried to find some running room, but there was none to be had, and he's well short. It'll be 4th and 5. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. This possession from their own 20. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Looking to the big tight end. On target over the middle. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. Georgia comes quickly to the line. To the air on 1st down. Quarterback can pull the trigger and down he goes at the 41. Timeout on the field, and that's the 2nd called by Georgia. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. The Dogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. 3rd and long. They dial up the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with that massive interception.
Here's Brown to begin the drive. He's going to lose a yard on that one. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with the Oklahoma State Cowboys taking on the number 10 team, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And it's the Cowboys coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And with that W, they get back above 500, 3-2 now on the season. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Here comes the Texas offense. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what your identity is. And you've got to show confidence in your guys to go out and just execute better here in the 2nd half.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Here's Arts to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Smothers. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on 3rd.
And that last completion was a bit of a Pyrrhic victory. It made 3rd down even longer. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. He fires one deep over the middle. Catch inside the 30 and still running. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. From the red zone, it's Brown. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line. One more time, it's Brown. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he's already put one 3 spot on the board. He'll try another one from 25 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And that's going to tie it up.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he's going to bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. So on their first drive of this 3rd quarter, they find themselves in a tie game after that last field goal. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Stockton. Bringing the heat. Makes the catch. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. Unloads to the right. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. There he goes. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
To throw, Manning. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
On the run, it's Smothers. And again, finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Once again, finding nowhere to run against this defense as he's knocked down immediately. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Oh, they're after him. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Bounced right back to them. Clock stops momentarily as there is an injured Bulldog on the play. Looks as if it's their senior quarterback who's down on the play, and that is a guy they can ill afford to lose. We'll have Holly check on his condition shortly. Under fire. And it's a sack.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they had made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight up front. They're just getting beat across the board.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Stopped immediately. Might have gotten a little cute with that run on 3rd and long, and they got nothing to show for it.
You wonder about that play call on 3rd and long, maybe just trying to get themselves a little bit more real estate, but it didn't fool the defense. They create another negative play now deep in the opponent's territory. The defense has just been dominant on this drive.
Fields the punt and looking for daylight. He's got great speed. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's for the play caller right now, just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wilson on the carry. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. So 1st down will open up the final period. Might be changing the route. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Going with the ground game left. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Arch Madness. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And he got it! They've stretched out the lead, and now they can't catch him with a field goal. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Georgia offense ready to go on the attack. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
Try to pick it up on the ground. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go. Hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. Got some room to run. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Longhorn. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And all this defense has done all game long is be absolutely dominant. They have been shutting them out, whether they've tried running it, whether they've tried throwing it. They've been creating takeaways. You get the pick six right there. You just can't say enough good things about how this defense has played today.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Unloads it downfield. Upstairs to make the catch. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. And the Dogs come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Looking downfield on first down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. So now it's second and long. Looking to fire. The sure hands, it's Humphreys. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. Wants to throw again. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want.
A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Brought down at the 11 as he was trying to find enough room to take it back for the pick six.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Well, at this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, deep in their own end, they're going to want to run the football, no doubt. The defense knows that, and they're going to be trying to rip it out, seeing if they can get a takeaway to set up their offense in great field position. So ball security right here has got to be big.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Quarterback keeper. Here's a little room there. The 40. He's at the 30. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football, because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Humphries. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, and here's the problem offensively, because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Puts it out of the air. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Moving out of the pocket. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And that's better protection up front by these guys. You give up a sack the play before, you got to give your quarterback some time. They do. And another thing that I really like, guys, what he did right here, you don't have to take a shot. You don't have to get it all back in one play. Nice job getting it out of your hands and now making the 3rd down very manageable.
Firing to the right, complete. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a 1st down.
Man, this quarterback's got a short-term memory, boy. After the interception on the last drive, that looked so ugly, but he's come out and he's been able to turn the page. 4 for 4 now on this drive, throwing it. He's got himself right back in, locked in a really, really nice rhythm. I don't think you have anything to worry about if you're the head coach looking at your quarterback, seeing how he's responded to that mistake on the last drive.
Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game.
Well, that's not Lamar Jackson back there scrambling around. This is a guy the defense felt like if we can get him out of the pocket and flush him, we can get after him and chase him, bring him down. And they did that one pretty easy there, getting a sack.
Throws to the tight end. Pulls it in. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Wants to throw it again. Under fire. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Rush is on him. This one's complete. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. And the Bulldogs go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking to throw on first down. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Got it right in the heart of the end zone. On to attempt the try. Right down the middle. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. One more play to pad the stats. They'll run it with Wilson. That will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch